Announcements for the Summer Game Pass.
Summer
Game ranks
is hitting hard. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff to look at. Hi, folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game
What's up,
Ranks,
Falcon?
the 10 biggest announcements from Summer Game Fest 2024. Starting off at number 10.
Number 10.
Slither Head. Now, this was technically announced before, but this
Slither
is the first
Head.
we're actually seeing anything from it. And this game is absolutely, totally nuts. So
I've heard nothing about
gameplay
this.
Trailer, and when we say they gave us a gameplay trailer, we mean it. This is not a narrative trailer. It doesn't explain anything, but you completely get what the game is from it, which is cool. Honestly, I haven't seen a game developer really let the gameplay speak for itself to this extent in quite a while. And aside from the body horror stuff, which, I mean, that is a divisive genre of
hell?
kind of take it or leave it. A lot of survival horror people like it. A lot of other people don't. But the gameplay is actually pretty interesting looking. You're an entity that kind of possesses people. It's called a Hyoki. You have no memories and only one purpose to exist, and that is to, well, Slither Heads, monsters that are disguised as humans. Honestly, it looks absolutely insane. I get the basic premise, but I have a feeling it's going to go a lot further. It's going to land on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on November 8th, and I think it looks like a pretty sweet game.
I don't know how I feel about that one. That one looks very odd.
Phantom Blade Zero, which is just an absolute.
Oh yeah, this one looks fantastic.
Really cool combination.
I've already reacted to the trailer on this one. It looks good.
Gaiden with a Souls-like. Like, it's definitely got the speed of a Ninja Gaiden, but watching the combat, you just pick up the little Souls thing.
Yeah.
But it is a very.
It does look very Souls-like.
Unique visual style. I really like what Phantom Blade Zero looks like, and it apparently has roots in a 13-year-old Chinese-only RPG Maker game called Rainblood.
Wow.
That they're calling this a spiritual rebirth of, which I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Rainblood. I'm not Chinese. The suspicion can be put to rest. I can confirm I am not Chinese. This is the first time we're seeing real gameplay from this game, and it is slick. Honestly,
yeah,
we've seen tons of striking imagery from it, but this is good looking stuff.
Look at that. Look at that combat.
It makes me want to know everything about their little RPG Maker game from over a decade ago. And it's awesome that they went from that to this. This is crazy. Look at this. We don't know the release date, but it's coming to PS5 and PC. Possibly this. I hope this year. I want to play it. Look at it. At number 8, another 13-year-old game called No Room in Hell is getting a sequel.
I saw
No Room in Hell. It was kind of Left 4 Dead-like. Started out as a mod for Source Engine, and they're doing some interesting stuff with this one. So it's going to be 8-player co-op.
8-player co-op. That's very interesting.
That are retained here, but it's going to actually play out like an extraction shooter. It does look a little bit like they want to go survival horror route a little bit too. The original oriented itself a little bit less towards combat than Left 4 Dead. Not that you didn't, get into zombie horde fights, but you could sometimes avoid it, and that would be better. It looks like they're going a little bit further in that direction, again, without losing the Left 4 Dead type.
Yeah, I never played the first one.
Trying to implement
I've seen it.
Inventory management stuff that I like. I like that idea in this genre. It looks like they're trying to build on the original game and kind of incorporate stuff from a fairly wide array of influences. Well, if you look at the game, it's very clearly what it is. I like that. I like that it's retaining its identity and it's experimenting some. I think there's some potential here. No More Room in Hell.
Not a huge fan of the zombie genre. Probably won't be looking out for this one.
At number 7 is the announcement of the release date of a game called Once Human, which the developers describe as a supernatural multiplayer.
I think I've watched a trailer for this one.
And looking at the trailer, they've done a lot to make this not look like a standard. I mean, you know what a survival game is at this point, and this doesn't look anything like that. I'm sure it will play a lot like those things, but the world that they've built here is very interesting.
Doesn't look like I've seen it, though. I
summoned something called Stardust to the Earth, which essentially made everything go absolutely nuts. Kind of reminds me of Annihilation, but like the entire world is like it now. And it's a survival game in that situation. I like it. I don't know exactly to what extent there's a story, but it appears
a lot of developers going with the survival
of this game
aspect
There are some
lately.
reports of the gameplay. There's a sanity meter, for instance. But we now know that the game is landing July 9th on Steam and Epic Games Store.
July 9th, you got like 5 days. Have
And
fun.
number 6 is Lego Horizon Adventure.
I'm not a
which
fan of the
is-
Lego games.
I mean, I don't really know what to make of it. It looks like a pretty good game. It's very much got the Lego movie look to it, which is nice because that's the good Lego look. Sometimes you get games that lean close to that. Sometimes you get games that lean away from it. Probably the most notable aspect of it, though, is that it is coming.
It's supposed to be Horizon.
Switch.
Oh yeah, Horizon
I mean,
Adventure.
some quality
Yeah.
on Sony's part.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Having to consider
Say Lego, and I'm like, nah.
PS5 because it's
Okay.
more successful, and Nintendo is like, yeah, we could put our game on any platform we want, including the Switch, because it's a Sony IP, guys. But that's also a source of kind of like a question for me. Like, what is this? Normally, Lego games are like stuff that is enjoyed by the whole family. Big movies, franchises, cartoons, Star Wars, DC, Disney stuff. Horizon seems like an odd choice. That said,
There's a
it's
theme
choice
park
that I
you could
think
put in there?
lends itself
What?
quite well. The dinosaurs look cool as hell as Legos. It's something that looks to me like it's probably going to be a good game, and I have a little bit of hope for in terms of like impact, because although again it seems like a little bit of a left field choice, but the dinosaurs look cool as hell as Legos. It's coming to PC, PS5,
And they do,
Switch
but-
during the holiday season.
Eh.
Moving on to number 5, it's Alan Wake's Night Springs, which we didn't have a release date for, but we got an announcement, and
Oh, cool.
it's now.
So
It's
Alan Wake 2 is coming out with the
available now.
DLC.
I am absolutely 100%.
Oh, they
excited
already
for Night
had a
Springs.
DLC.
As you
They came out.
recall, I really liked Alan Wake 2, and
I haven't played it yet.
Playing as Jesse Faden in an Alan Wake scenario. Yeah, the protagonist from Control.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
easily
Control.
my favorite Remedy game, and that's a
Really?
tough order to fill because they're easily one of
Control
my
was
favorite
okay.
developers.
It wasn't
We get
great.
an episode as Rose, which looks hilarious. Her ongoing narration to me sounds like it's going to be an absolute riot, and I would love to see things from her perspective.
I gotta
as
play that
somebody
game
who is a
too
little off.
with that
And then
guy.
also
There's a
Tim Breaker, who seems like
Tim
he may be
Breaker.
breaking some quantums during the course of the
Quantum Break.
story.
That's
This
I
is
gotta play that
something
one.
I really am excited to play. It is absolutely what I am doing.
Let me write that down real quick.
Period. It's
I forgot about Quantum Break. I need to play that game. And it seems like he's going to be making a cameo from Quantum Break in this game. So
available anywhere you can get Alan Wake 2. So if you're interested, I would say head in that direction.
kind of like the
If you've
multiverse in
already got
Marvel.
the Alan Wake Deluxe Edition, you just get it. If not, it's $16 to upgrade. It's on sale
That's
right
not
now.
that bad.
It's normally $20, so now's the time.
Okay.
And number 4 is Batman Arkham Shadow, which is a VR Batman.
The VR Batman game. I'm going to be reacting to that later.
And weirdly enough,
It looks weird.
Pretty interesting. I think if you had told me that this was going to be something before we got Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights, I would have been like, I don't know about that. But I think we had to be sure.
All right, Les. I'll catch you later.
And not VR, and have it handed to a developer that has some experience with some pretty good VR stuff. The developer Camouflage previously did the Iron Man VR, and that's actually a pretty good VR game. A lot of these franchises you would think would immediately lend themselves to VR.
Batman
They're kind
VR.
of power fantasies, and that's something that VR
Maybe, I don't know.
excel at. But honestly, it seems like it's a little harder to grasp. And in all honesty, it seems like a lot of missed opportunities with superhero stuff on VR other than the Iron Man game. So I'm pretty happy, honestly, to see Camouflage taking the reins on this one. I think they could possibly do a pretty good job. That, and it looks kind of like Arkhamish plus rat hordes. I don't know if they're going to be rat tidal waves like a Plague Tale or it's
I highly doubt it.
the teaser trailer actually does give me the vibe that there's a scene where there was a bunch of rats, and I think playing as Batman in that situation in VR actually might work. I'm excited to see where this goes, honestly. Arkham Shadow is landing on Meta Quest 3 exclusively in the fall. And number 3 is Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, the answer to the question of why is there no Quidditch in Hogwarts Legends?
Look at that. They're coming out with a game called Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. It releases September 3rd.
Has finally been revealed.
Why wouldn't they add it to Hogwarts Legacy? Maybe it's because it was going to be
Like that was possible
a
at some point.
solo game,
I can't verify
and
that.
they decided
Honestly,
they're
it
going
looks
to
like
make it
could
into
be a lot
their
of
own
fun.
game.
Could be single player, can be multiplayer. It's got a bit of a
Released
Fortnite
after.
looking aesthetic, and
What is that?
Because it's purely a Quidditch game, having visually distinct characters and objectives is definitely a
Well, this is what everybody wanted in the last update of Hogwarts Legacy, but
honestly, I'm
of
not
course,
the biggest Harry Potter
this is what we get.
fan, but I did actually really like Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, the 2003 game
crazy.
for the PS2, which actually doesn't look entirely unlike this game. Obviously, Fortnite wasn't a thing, but also the visuals really aren't that big of a jump in terms of style. I don't know. I think this is going to be fun. Probably a good game to play with the family or the kids, or, you know, if you just like Harry Potter. It's coming to the PlayStation, the Xbox Series, and PC on September 3rd. And
it's going to be a weird one.
New World Aeternum, a game that makes very specific people turn
New
their
World
ears immediately
Aeternum.
by including an orchestral Pixies Where Is My
What
Mind
the heck is this?
for the trailer. I can pick that song out in pretty much any
I
arrangement.
think I watched a trailer for this,
and it's
didn't
an
I?
interesting looking game. I haven't really played a whole lot of Amazon's New World. It is, I guess, a new version of that. Part expansion, part it's the first version of the game that will be on consoles. New World was a pretty big hit when it came out. It's been kind of quiet lately, though. And honestly, I think it's going to be an interesting thing to see if they kind of turn it into a thing again with this. Because I think expanding to other platforms
Another
is a very
MMORPG.
good idea, and it could potentially bring in a much larger number of concurrent players, which would, of course, help the game pretty significantly. I mean, it's kind of a boss battles or a PvP type game.
So it's supposed to be New World in a new light.
I've played it a little.
Pretty much.
It's fun. And Aeternum is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and, of course, Steam on October 15th. If you already have New World and the Rise of the Angry Earth expansion, you get this just free. So that's cool. And finally, number one, the big one, Civilization 7. It has been 8 years.
Civilization 7.
6, which still
Yeah,
blows
I
my
don't
mind.
play
I
these
remember
games.
It, like, it's recent. And I think a lot of that can probably be...
A lot of these games I'm not really that excited for.
A lot of people played Civilization
A majority.
6 and then
I'm
moved
just
back
kind
to
of like,
Civilization
okay.
5, and then back to
It's
Civilization
upsetting.
6 as they continue.
It's upsetting, but it's
to
also
update the
good,
game.
because
Like,
then I
it is
don't
a
have
game
to
that
look,
got better through the years.
you know.
And they announced
I don't have to look for
Civilization
more
7.
games to play.
It's not going to be a fundamentally
I just
different
play the
game.
games
You know
that I
what
have
Civilization
currently.
is. It's a 4X game. You build a civilization. It involves both diplomacy and military might. Basically plays out as an RTS and a city builder.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't really get a lot of information on Civilization 7, other than we know it's coming in 2025, and they're going to showcase the gameplay in August.
2025.
But, we know for sure it's coming, and if you like Civilization, that's great news. That's also all I got for you today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.
All right, that was Game Ranks. Subscribe to Game Ranks on YouTube. So, make Falcon's day, okay? Falcon, he needs all the likes and subscribes. So go ahead, go over there, subscribe to Game Ranks on YouTube. It was a good video, but it shows me that there's not a whole lot to look forward for or forward to this year. Last year was a great year for games. This year, kind of iffy. Other than the Elden Ring DLC, which was great.